What's going on, guys? This is Miasin, and today we're actually going to be going over some pretty exciting news concerning a new structure deck that we're going to be getting, as well as some support for older archetypes that didn't really do too well, either in the OCG or in the TCG. I know one of them is actually so incredibly new that we don't even have it yet in the TCG. But before this video starts, you already know the drill. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram, all the good stuff. And now let's get right into the first piece of news, which would be Structure Deck R Gates of the Underworld. In the OCG, it is called Devil's Gate. That is basically the Dark World deck, of course, as you can tell with the field spell. Pretty sure that's the field spell. So basically, the Structure Deck R is always a revamp of a structure deck that already existed before. We actually saw that previously with the Monarch structure deck. The first one was okay, but not like super huge. And the second one was like really ridiculously broken. It was like tier 1 contender for sure. It actually won NAWCQ 2016. And it definitely had a huge impact on the metagame for the longest time. It was good as a domain kind of lock deck, and also like a very combo version where you actually used your extra deck, and the name of the deck was Monarch Extra Deck or something like that. So yeah, not a lot of news. We don't actually know what are going to be the new cards, but what we can probably assume is that it's probably going to be following the same pattern as the Cyber Strike structure deck, so probably like 7-8 new cards, something around those lines. And maybe it'll actually make the Danger archetype better, and maybe that means that the Danger monsters are going to probably get unlimited over time, so maybe Orochimaru, Jackalope, and Nessie. I think Nessie is already a 3 now, but we need the other Danger as a 3. That would be absolutely fantastic. So that is it for the new structure deck. And now let's jump right into these cards, the new SCARECLAW support. So I've been saying this for the longest time, but the best way to support an archetype that sucks is to give it a Link 1 monster that searches. So this monster is SCARECLAW, Licked Heart or Liched Heart, whatever, I don't even care. 500 attack, Link left. You're actually going to be seeing that this is actually not too bad. The material is one SCARECLAW monster or Visa Starfrost. If you link summon this card, the material must be in your main monster zone. So in other words, you actually can use a link monster as long as it's not in the extra monster zone. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per duel, the same clause as Blackwing Zephyros the Elite, Glow Up Bulb, Dotscaper, etc. If this card is link summoned to the extra monster zone, you can add one Lithophobia, the Wanton and Wilfan World of Desire from your deck to your hand. In other words, you can search a field spell that is a Stratos for a SCARECLAW monster. So in other words, with one single monster, you get to search a field spell that searches you a monster, and that monster can be summoned right away to search another monster that can summon itself right away. So with one monster, you get to climb all the way up to a Link 3 monster. Absolutely ridiculous. And if you control Visa Starfrost, you can special summon this card from your grave. So finally, a good reason to play Visa Starfrost in your SCARECLAW deck, because I just felt like there wasn't really much synergy between like Visas and freaking SCARECLAW and the other kind of credit cards, whatever. And apparently, Licht is the German word for light. Well, me no hablo German, so I couldn't freaking tell. Anyways, the next card is SCARECLAW Straddle. Quick play spell card. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. Activate one of these effects, Keck W. Target one SCARECLAW monster or Visa Starfrost you control and one face-up monster your opponent controls. Your monster gains attack and defense equal to that opponent's monster attack or defense. Whichever is higher, not too bad. When a card effect is activated that targets a SCARECLAW monster and or Visa Starfrost you control. Yeah, pretty interesting because it's an end, so a lot of monsters. Negate that effect. So you can actually protect yourself from Valor and Imperm, and the fact that this card gets you 2 options is definitely something I can appreciate. I'm actually very down. So yeah, way to go, Konami. This is definitely the correct way to support an archetype that actually desperately needed. No, I'm not sarcastic. I'm actually for real. So yeah, very nice cards. I'm actually a really big fan. And now, yeah, that is the field spell. Like I said, when this card is activated, you can do stuff and you can go plus, which is very nice. I like that. Anyways, the next piece of support will be the new Rika support, and that's probably going to be the juice of this video because these cards might actually be the most competitively viable that we have seen up until now. So the first card is Rika Snow Princess, level 4 water plant, 0 attack, 0 defense, whatever. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. So the first effect is during your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, you cannot special summon monsters while you control this monster except plant. If you're playing a dedicated plant deck, that actually doesn't affect you at all. And when your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a Rika monster, quick effect, you can shuffle this card from your hand or grave into the deck and tribute one plant monster and negate that effect. I actually think this is crazy because you can shuffle it from the graveyard into the deck. So you use it as an extender first, and then you do your play, and then you protect yourself from freaking Nibiru. This is crazy. This is actually insane. An extender that not only might actually get your plays going, like pseudo starter, because I know there are a lot of Link 1 monsters and stuff like that, so I know there might be a synergy between Rika and Sonavalon, but the fact that you can now protect yourself from hand traps, either by using it from the hand or graveyard, is actually crazy. And yeah, sure, you have to tribute a plant monster to do that, but is it really the end of the world? I think the deck is like so combo heavy that you don't really mind tributing a plant monster if you can protect yourself from something so huge as Nibiru, but this field spell is going to make everything worthwhile, so this is where I'm actually really down. So you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control a Rika monster, you can set one Rika spell or trap directly from your deck to your spell and trap zone. Also, you can out special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except plant monsters. That's actually pretty freaking crazy good. So this actually kind of does a lot, I'm not gonna lie, because you can, I think, search this card pretty easily with one of the other Rika monsters that searches a spell or trap when you're doing your Sonavalon combo. So this means that this is basically free since you were trying to search a spell or trap anyways. So now you search this, which searches you your spell and trap. And on top of that, it has a second effect that is going to make this insanely broken. So once per turn, if you would tribute a plant monster or monsters you control to activate a Rika's card effect, you can tribute one face-up monster your opponent controls instead of one of those monsters. Lair of Mother freaking Darkness. That is ridiculous. That is actually insane. And by the way, this is continuous. It doesn't activate. So, yeah, you tribute your opponent for cost, because that is how these monsters actually operate. Literally the exact same functionality as Lair of Darkness. You're tributing your opponent's monster for cost to, like, do something that hurts your opponent. Like, that's actually crazy. You want to Nibiru me? No, not only am I negating your Nibiru, I'm also tributing your Dragoon for cost. What the frick? So I can actually see a lot of the going second issues of the plant combo deck being fixed now, and I want to say you can actually finally splash a decent amount of the Rika cards in your Sonavalon deck, and it really might make sense because I know that with a single monster, like literally Unexpected Die, or just the small garbage monster, the Sunseed, whatever, you can end on like 6 interruptions. It's insanity. And now that this is like such a good card to mail or draw or whatever, protecting you from like everything that used to scare you, is just like another, like it's a double interruption. This is the crazy part. I would not be surprised now if a single vanilla monster, no effect garbage monster, could turn into 8 interruptions. It would actually make sense to me. Oh my god, this is crazy, man. But like I said, I'm a huge, massive fan of this. And the fact that this gets you continuous advantage. It's a field spell that doesn't trigger just on activation. It's like once per turn, do something every single freaking turn. Your opponent can't answer like your current board. It's fine, you're going to go +1 again. You have like, I think the Rika cards, there's like a Searcher, there's like a Call of the Haunted, there's like a Big Pop card or whatever. A lot of like, there's a lot of options, but again, like getting access to them was a little hard. So that's why the Sonavalon deck was more of like a combo heavy deck. I'm not like a big pro with the deck, but I know that this is probably going to be like super appreciated. If anything, it'll still be generic plant support that might actually help out just pretty much all the plant decks in the future. And this is something that will definitely have an impact on Yu-Gi-Oh! Just competitively speaking overall. Over time. So yeah, these new cards as well as these new cards, absolutely fantastic. I'm a huge fan. But now I actually want to know what you guys actually feel, actually think about these cards in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.